You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. The shot-blocking pair of Davis and Asik inside. Evans and Gordon are the guard set, and it's G in at small forward. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
A three, and that one's good. Curry's got his first 3 points of the game.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Shoots from 12. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And that one's good by G.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call sealing the game. Excellent read. Play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And they double up Gordon. Davis against Green. Davis kicks to Gordon. Klay Thompson grabs the miss. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Another miss by Curry.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burton for an update.
Kevin, I was able to speak with Alvin Gentry for just a moment. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Here's Rush. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
The drive by Green. Great D that time for Davis. New Orleans leading by 5. Here's G. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Now, here's Green. He hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure he'll change.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Asik with it. Guarded now by Andrew Bogut. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Brandon Rush. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. It's Anderson with the drive. Here's Ajinça. And foul called as he missed misses, he'll go to the line and shoot two. Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. Pelicans leading by 4. Holiday the pass to Cole. Curry brings the double. Left side Anderson. Spates with the block. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. .109 left to play in the first. Cunningham's shot is off.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. They set the screen. Here's Cole. And the rejection by Ezeli. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Holiday left side. 6 to shoot. Here's Cole. From outside off the mark.
And thinking back to the Pelicans playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Here's Cole. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Anderson dishes to Ajinça. Here's Cole. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit. I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Your Warriors girls.
Six seconds left here in the opening quarter. Curry outside. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Not a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. The Warriors on top as they end the first quarter on a 9-1 run. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor. I was going to say, Greg, how that group looked for Steph Curry and tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
Ezeli is out there with Maurice Spates. Then there's Livingston. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Iguodala in at the small forward position. That's the Warriors 5. Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
Here's Anderson. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Cannot hit. And New Orleans will come the other way. Pass to Evans. Inside, Davis. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And the Warriors with some changes. Draymond Green comes in for Maurice Spates. And Steph Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Omer Asher, he's checked in for New Orleans. G comes in for Ryan Anderson.
He's got so much junk in his trunk, he'll find a way to hurt you.
The Pelicans have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. G passes to Gordon. There's the dish to Davis. 4 on the shot clock. Green with the block. And we're able to recover. And he gets it to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Curry against Evans. Shoots the 3. Curry's shot is off.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Evans kicks to Gordon. Green with the block. But they get it back. Evans outside. Dishes it to G. 3-pointer. Good on the shot.
3 points.
G's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pelicans.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here's Curry. Nails the 16-footer. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter. Pelicans leading by 5.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players of the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And he's on a good pace here from 3-point range. Made 1 in the first, 2 more here in the second. It seems like with more to come.
Gordon kicks to Asik. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the 3-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
That one's good. The New Orleans Warriors cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Stephen Curry. New Orleans has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Gordon kicks to Davis. The pass to Evans. He dishes it to G. Back to Evans. Unloads from 13. And he hits the jumper for 2. Evans has got his second basket of the night. Golden State's gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. And Tyreke Evans is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. It's really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Azir. Rush comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. Curry dishes to Bogut. Right wing. Deep 2 from Rush. Money from the wing. Rush has got his second bucket. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter. Well above the 50% mark from the field. The feed to Holiday. Smith on the wing. Kicks it to G. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Andrew Bogut. Ring shot on the way. That's short off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Curry. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. New Orleans in the lead. Feeds to Usher. He kicks to Smith. Pass to Holiday. Another miss by Holiday.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girls. Give it up for them, Oracle Arena, your Warriors girls.
Timeout for Golden State.
All right, let's go.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girls. Give it up for them, Oracle Arena, your Warriors girls.
Here's Curry with the three. And a pretty tightly contested game.
Yes, guys, I'm here with...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. Some good action. And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
How about Steph Curry in this one? 18 points and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
And you know what, Clark? If you continue to shoot the way he is, he may have to become more of an integral part of their offensive scheme.
Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Evans and Gordon are the guard set. Davis and Ashik in the middle. Vince passes to Davis. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though, and I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying he ain't those exact things that he gives you so much more than just what we see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Here's Evans. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And back to Tyreke Evans. He's a big, muscular guy for a wing. That 7-foot wingspan, that arm span we've all admired and read so much about. Too strong for off guards, too quick for small forwards. He's kind of got a ubiquitous position.
He does. And Kevin, you know, it's funny. A lot of people have tried to place him in a box in terms of position. Instead of just saying he's a basketball player, the guy's strong. He's got tremendous physical attributes. Combine that with the ball handling and his confidence, and it gives you an interesting mix. I mean, he's one of the more unique, multifaceted guys we have in our league.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Golden State.
Warriors call a timeout.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
As the season wore on, guys, the Pelicans is too.
And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter.
Timeout for the Warriors.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. For the Pelicans last season, they were a tough matchup. The defense was one thing, but their mentality, the way they thought through the game was fantastic.
And Kevin, you look at their record against other playoff teams, and it stacks up well. I mean, they made the playoffs by never thinking they were at a disadvantage on the floor. And having that kind of confidence in a young team, that only really speaks for a positive moving forward.
The shot's good from Evans.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He said their plan was run their offense through Anthony Davis. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Curry outside. Asik pulls it in. Asik's got 5 rebounds tonight. Gordon kicks to Evans. Here's G, guarded by Curry. Here's Gordon. Green with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And the Pelicans making a change here. Cole's checked in.
Norris Cole.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. 4 on the clock. And that one's good by G.
And he should thank the T for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Here's Curry with the 3, and he gets it to go. Curry's got 11 points in the quarter.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Thompson against Evans. Here's Davis. Another one falls for New Orleans.
What are you doing? Let's go.
Warriors trail by 4. Here's Rush. Thompson dishes to Rush. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Azizi's checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Barbosa in for Steph Curry. And guys, I would have to say one of the most underrated defensive players in the NBA, Draymond Green. Might not be the case anymore after coming in second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last year.
Yep, he might not look the part. You know, undersized, but you talk to the scouts and the stat geeks, they'll tell you he's one of the best in the game defensively.
Davis kicks to Evans. Passes it to Cole. Davis sets a screen. Here's Ajinça, and the rejection by Azili. Thompson kicks to Iguodala, and that one is hammered home.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And for Green, long arms, great anticipation. We talk about the IQ. Also the willingness to absorb contact, all part of what makes him special on the defensive end of the floor.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates comes in for Green, and it's flipped. Livingston in for Klay Thompson.
And, you know, now we have all these analytics, and if you look at all the advanced measures for defense, Draymond Green is one of the best in our game. I mean, and teams are better able to measure now defense with player tracking and the cameras. So I think that helped Green when the time came for him to sign his contract.
Here's Curry. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
New Orleans College.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort to the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim. As they challenged every shot, also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Warriors leading by 5. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable. The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the final. Impressive work.
Smith, the pass to Cunningham. He feeds it to Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. The shot's good from Smith.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Curry with him. 32 points in the game. There's the pick. From downtown, and that's not going to go. It's a tie game here in Oakland. We're going to step aside for just right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. New Orleans has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Reed at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. Livingston and Thompson are the guards, and it's Rush in at the 3 spot. That's the Warriors' 5. 5 to shoot. The drive by Gordon. Oh, that's blocked. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance.
Blocking foul. Hold on. And
Curry's checked in for Sean Livingston. O'Meara, he's checked in for New Orleans. Evans comes in for Drew Holiday. Thompson dishes to Curry. And the layup's good off the glass. Curry's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors. The Pelicans trail. Gordon with a screen on Curry. Evans kicks to Gordon. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. He's checked in for New Orleans.
Pelican substitution.
Warriors shooting 47%, pretty solid. It's Curry outside. The long distance three is good. Now it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Evans attacking. There's the double team with Bogut. Here's Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Evans. And 12 points for Eric Gordon.
You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
And the rejection by Evans. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. And that one's good by G.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Here's Curry with the 3. Pelicans with the rebound. And now the Pelicans on the break. Gordon's running.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
And that one's good.
It's just hard to